In the vastness of space, silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of stillness. Before motion, before light, before time itself, there was quiet. Not the quiet of a sleeping city or a hushed room, but a silence so completed, stretched across the fabric of existence, above earth, beyond the clouds and the blue atmosphere. The sky deepens into indigo, then fades into black. And in that blackness, stars begin to appear, not all at once, but gradually, like distant lanterns, flickering to life. Each one is a sun. Each sun holds its own system, its own story, its own rhythm. Earth itself spins slowly, suspended in this cosmic sea. From afar, it looks like a blue marble wrapped in white swirls and green patches. It doesn't know where it is. It simply exists, breathing, turning. The Milky Way stretches overhead like a river of light. It's not a single object, but a spiral of billions of stars, dust clouds, and gravitational currents. It arches across the sky, a bridge between the known and the unknown. This journey doesn't begin with rockets or engines. It begins with breath, with stillness, with the decision to let go of gravity and drift into thought. There is no up or down in space. Only motion, only direction, only drift. The nearest star to Earth is the sun. It burns quietly, a golden furnace radiating warmth and light. Around it, the planets orbit in silence, each following its path with precision and grace. Mercury, the closest, races around the sun with speed. Its surface is scorched and cratered, a world of extremes. Venus follows, wrapped in thick clouds that reflect sunlight and hide its surface. It glows softly, mysterious and veiled. Earth continues its orbit, carrying oceans, forests, storms, and life. The moon watches from nearby, gray and still, its surface marked by ancient impacts. Mars waits beyond, red and dusty, its valleys and mountains whispering stories of water long gone. Jupiter spins with immense power. Its storms rage endlessly, and its moons orbit like a miniature solar system. Saturn follows, adorned with rings of ice and dust that stretch wide and shimmer in the sunlight. Uranus tilts on its side, a turquoise sphere with faint rings and distant moons. Neptune swirls in deep blue, its winds fierce and its atmosphere cold. Beyond Neptune, the light begins to fade. The solar wind thins. The planets give way to icy bodies and distant fragments. Pluto drifts in shadow, its heart-shaped plane glowing faintly. Eris, Makemake, and Haumea follow, names whispered in the dark. The Kuiper Belt stretches across this outer region, filled with frozen remnants of the solar system's formation. Comets sleep here, waiting for a gravitational nudge to send them inward, toward the sun, where they will blaze briefly before fading. As we drift past these distant objects, the silence deepens. The stars grow sharper. The Milky Way begins to reveal itself, not as a backdrop, but as a destination. It is not a place, it is a journey, a spiral of stars, a map of time, a rhythm of motion. We are not flying, we are floating, we are falling. Through thought, the galaxy curves around us, its arms stretching wide, its center glowing faintly in the distance. We are far from it, but we are drawn. The stars do not rush, they do not hurry, they simply exist. We pass comets with long tails, frozen travelers that carry ancient dust. We pass grains of interstellar material drifting slowly, untouched for eons. The Milky Way calls not with sound, but with gravity, with light, with mystery. We are not alone, but we are quiet. The stars surround us. They do not judge. They do not speak. They shine. And so we drift. The journey has begun. As the journey begins, the vast silence of space begins to take shape. Slowly, the black canvas reveals its first brushstrokes, planets, moons, and the golden glow of the sun. We are no longer drifting through emptiness. We are entering a system, a rhythm, a family of worlds. At the center of it all burns the sun, a sphere of fire and fusion, ancient and steady. Its light reaches across billions of kilometers, warming, guiding, and holding everything in orbit. It does not flicker. It does not falter. It pulses with quiet strength, the heartbeat of the solar system. Closest to the sun is Mercury, small, fast, and scorched by proximity. Its surface is cracked and cratered, a world of extremes where day and night stretch for weeks. It races around the sun in silence, a messenger of motion. Venus follows, wrapped in thick clouds that reflect sunlight and hide its surface. Beneath the veil, the planet simmers with heat and pressure. It glows softly, mysterious, and veiled, a mirror of Earth turned inward. Earth spins gently, wrapped in oceans, forests, and storms. It breathes with life. Blue and green, white and gold, it carries the only known spark of consciousness in this vast system. The moon orbits nearby, gray and still, its surface marked by ancient impacts. It watches quietly, always facing the same direction. Mars waits beyond, red and dusty. Its valleys and mountains whisper stories of water long gone. Frozen poles and dusty plains stretch across its surface. It is quiet, patient, and dreaming. Between Mars and Jupiter lies the asteroid belt, a scattered collection of rocky fragments, leftovers from the solar system's formation. They drift in quiet formation, orbiting the sun like forgotten thoughts. Jupiter looms large, a giant of gas and storms. Its great red spot spins endlessly, a hurricane larger than Earth. Dozens of moons orbit this massive planet, each with its own landscape and mystery. Europa hides an ocean beneath its icy crust. Io erupts with volcanic fire. Ganymede and Callisto carry scars of time. Saturn follows, graceful and golden. Its rings stretch wide, made of ice and dust, shimmering in the sunlight. Titan, its largest moon, holds lakes of methane and a thick atmosphere. Enceladus sprays water into space from hidden oceans below. Uranus tilts on its side, a turquoise sphere with faint rings and distant moons. Its motion is slow, its presence quiet. Neptune swirls in deep blue, its winds fierce and its atmosphere cold. It marks the outer edge of the known planets. Beyond Neptune, the light begins to fade. The solar wind thins. The planets give way to icy bodies and distant fragments. Pluto drifts in shadow, its heart-shaped plane glowing faintly. Charon, its moon, orbits in a locked embrace. The Kuiper belt stretches across this outer region, filled with frozen remnants of the solar system's formation. Eris, Makemake, Haumea whispered in the dark. Comets sleep here, waiting for a gravitational nudge to send them inward, toward the sun, where they will blaze briefly before fading. The solar system is not a machine. It is a dance, a rhythm, a breath. Each planet moves with purpose, each moon with grace, each orbit a line in a cosmic poem. The sun watches, it does not command, it attracts, it warms, it holds, its light reaches far, its gravity reaches farther. Solar wind flows outward, a stream of particles, a whisper of energy. It touches the edge, it fades into the void. The heliosphere surrounds us, a bubble of influence, a shield of motion, a boundary of light. Beyond it, but here, in the solar system, we are home. We drift through it slowly, not to escape, but to understand. Each planet, a chapter, each moon, a verse, each orbit, a sentence. The solar system awakens, not with noise, but with presence. It does not shout, it does not demand, it simply is, and we float through it. Eyes open, breath slow, mind quiet. The journey continues. The Milky Way awaits. But first, we listen, we observe, we remember. As Neptune fades behind us, the solar system begins to loosen its grip. The warmth of the sun grows faint, and the familiar rhythm of planetary orbits slows. We are entering a region where light barely reaches and time seems to stretch. An icy frontier known as the Kuiper Belt. This vast ring of frozen bodies encircles the sun beyond the orbit of Neptune. It is not empty. It is filled with fragments of the solar system's earliest days. Here, motion is slow, silence is deep, and the cold is absolute. Pluto is the first to greet us. Once considered the ninth planet, it now drifts quietly among its peers. Its surface is rugged and frozen, marked by mountains of ice and plains shaped like a heart. Charon, its largest moon, orbits in a locked embrace, the two bodies circling each other like dancers in the dark. Beyond Pluto, other dwarf planets emerge. Eris, slightly smaller but more massive, follows a distant and elongated path. Makemake glows faintly, its surface coated in methane ice. Haumea spins rapidly, its elongated shape a result of its speed. These worlds are quiet, cold, and mysterious, each one a frozen echo of the solar system's formation. The Kuiper Belt stretches from about 30 to 50 astronomical units from the sun. Within this space, trillions of icy objects drift. Some are as small as pebbles. Others are hundreds of kilometers wide. They orbit slowly, patiently, untouched for billions of years. Takamets sleep here. Their icy cores lie dormant, waiting for a gravitational nudge to send them inward. When they fall toward the sun, they awaken, tails blazing, surfaces melting, light scattering. But most remain here, in the cold, in the quiet. Solar wind fades, and the heliosphere begins to thin. We are approaching the edge of the sun's influence. As we drift through the Kuiper Belt, the silence deepens. The stars above grow sharper, their light more distinct against the black. The Milky Way begins to reveal itself, not as a distant band, but as a destination, a spiral of stars, a map of motion. The bodies around us do not shine, they reflect, they echo. Their surfaces are coated in frozen nitrogen, methane, and water. Some are smooth, others are jagged. Each one carries the signature of time. We pass a small object, its orbit tilted, its surface dark. It spins slowly, casting long shadows across its frozen terrain. We pass another larger, brighter, its path more circular. It drifts quietly, untouched. The Kuiper Belt is not chaotic. It is calm, it is ordered, it is ancient. It holds the memory of formation, the fragments of collisions, the whispers of creation. We are not visitors here. We are listeners, observers, dreamers. The stars above do not rush, they do not chase, they do not flee, they shine, and we drift. Beyond the Kuiper belt lies the scattered disk, another region of icy bodies, more distant, more erratic. And beyond that, the Oort cloud. But for now, we linger here, in this ring of frozen time. The journey continues. The Milky Way awaits. But here, in the Kuiper belt, we pause, we reflect, we breathe as the Kuiper belt fades behind us. The solar system begins to dissolve into the background. The warmth of the sun is now a distant memory, and the planets have long since vanished from view. We are approaching the outermost boundary of our cosmic neighborhood, a place where the solar wind slows, where the sun's influence ends, and where the stars begin to speak. This invisible frontier is known as the heliopause. It marks the edge of the heliosphere, the bubble of charged particles and magnetic fields that the sun has blown into space for billions of years. Beyond this threshold lies interstellar space, a realm untouched by solar breath, shaped instead by the quiet pressure of the galaxy. Few objects have ever reached this far. But to continue to drift, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 launched in 1977. These spacecraft were never meant to return. They were designed to explore, to listen, and to carry a message. Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause in 2012, becoming the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. Voyager 2 followed in 2018. Though their instruments are aging, they still send signals, faint, precise, persistent. Each transmission is a whisper from the edge, a reminder that something human still moves through the void. On board each Voyager is a golden record. Etched into its surface are sounds and images from Earth, greetings in dozens of languages, music from across cultures, diagrams of our solar system, and a map of our location in the galaxy. These records are not just data, they are invitations. They are hope. The Voyagers do not speak. They hum, they pulse, they drift. Their paths are not straight. They curve gently, shaped by gravity and time. Voyager 1 moves toward the constellation of Eucus. Voyager 2 veers south, its trajectory tilted and unique. They will not stop. They will not turn. Their power will fade. Their instruments will sleep. But their motion will continue for thousands of years, for millions, perhaps forever. They may pass stars. They may pass dust. They may pass silence. And perhaps one day they may be found by someone, by something, by another dot. Until then, they remain as symbols, as stories, as echoes. We follow their path not with metal, but with thought. We drift behind them into the quiet between stars. The heliopause fades. The solar system becomes a memory. The sun is now just another star. Cosmic rays begin to rise. Magnetic fields twist and stretch. The particles around us are fewer, but older. The void is not empty. It is full of motion, full of memory, full of possibility. Voyager showed us this, not with pictures, but with presence. It proved that we could reach, that we could listen, that we could send. And now we drift, not toward a destination, but into a deeper understanding. The stars are closer now, their light more pure, their silence more profound. We are no longer in the solar system. We are beyond, We are between, and still we float. The solar system now lies behind us. Its planets, moons, and icy fragments have faded into memory. The warmth of the sun is no longer felt, and its light is just another distant glow among countless stars. We are approaching a threshold, one not marked by walls or borders, but by silence. This is the heliopause, the outermost boundary of the sun's influence. It is where the solar wind, a stream of charged particles flowing outward from the sun, finally meets the pressure of the interstellar medium. Here, the sun's breath ends. Beyond this invisible frontier lies true interstellar space. Crossing. The heliopause is not dramatic. There is no sudden shift, no visible change, but the environment transforms. The particles around us are fewer, colder, older. The magnetic fields twist in unfamiliar patterns. Cosmic rays, once deflected by the solar wind, now flow freely. We are no longer tethered to the solar system. We are drifting into the galaxy itself. The interstellar medium is not empty. It is filled with ancient atoms, mostly hydrogen and helium spread thinly across vast distances. These particles carry the memory of stars long gone, of explosions that scattered elements into the void of time itself. We pass through clouds of interstellar dust. They are invisible to the eye, but they shape the galaxy. They birth stars, cradle light, and sculpt the spiral arms. These clouds are cold, dense, and quiet. Within them, gravity slowly pulls matter together, forming the seeds of future suns. The temperature here is near absolute zero. The silence is profound. There is no sound, no motion, no heat, only drift. Yet this space is alive with potential. It is the canvas on which galaxies paint their stories. We are between stars now, between systems, between stories. The nearest star may be light years away, but its presence is felt. Its gravity reaches across the void. Its light travels endlessly, arriving as a whisper. There are no planets here, no moons, no comets, only dust, only particles, only silence. And yet, the stars surround us. They shine in all directions. Their light is pure, unfiltered by atmosphere or distance. Their presence is quiet, but constant. We drift through this space, not as explorers, but as witnesses. We are not here to conquer or claim. We are here to observe, to reflect, to understand. The interstellar medium stretches endlessly. It connects stars, shapes galaxies, and holds the breath of creation. It is the space between everything, and we are part of it. The heliopause is behind us. The solar system is a memory. The sun is now just another star, and still we float beyond. The Kuiper belt, past the scattered disk and the fading breath of the sun, lies a region so distant, so quiet, it exists more in theory than in sight. This is the Oort cloud, a vast, spherical shell of icy bodies that surrounds the solar system like a halo of frozen memory. It stretches for thousands of astronomical units in every direction. No spacecraft has reached it. No telescope has seen it directly, yet its presence is felt. It is the birthplace of long-period comets, the outermost boundary of our solar family, and the final whisper of the sun's gravitational reach. The objects here are ancient. Trillions of icy fragments, each one a relic from the formation of the solar system. They drift slowly, orbiting the sun in paths so wide They take millions of years to complete a single revolution. Their motion is gentle, their silence profound. These bodies are untouched. No sunlight warms their surfaces. No planetary tides disturb their orbits. They are frozen in time and changed, unobserved, undisturbed. Some are as small as grains of sand. Others are the size of mountains. Their surfaces are coated in frozen water, methane, ammonia materials that have remained solid for billions of years. They do not shine. They reflect faint starlight. They do not speak. They simply drift. Occasionally, one is nudged. A passing star, a distant gravitational ripple, a subtle shift in balance, and the object begins to fall. It spirals inward toward the sun, accelerating slowly. As it approaches, it awakens. Ice begins to vaporize. A tail forms. The comet blazes briefly across the sky before vanishing again into the dark. But most remain, most sleep, most wait. Oort cloud is not a place of activity. It is a place of patience, a place of preservation, a place where the past is held in orbit, waiting for the future to arrive. We drift through its edge. The density is low. The distances between objects are vast. The silence is deeper than before. The cold is complete. There is no light here, except for the distant glow of stars. There is no sound, except for the imagined hum of motion. There is no time, except for the slow ticking of orbits that span epochs. And yet, there is beauty. In the stillness, in the simplicity, in the endurance. An archive, a messenger from the beginning. We pass one, its surface rough, its orbit tilted. It spins slowly, casting long shadows across its frozen terrain. We pass another, smoother, darker, drifting in a wide arc that will never return. They do not interact. They do not collide. They do not change. They wait. The Oort cloud marks the edge of the solar system. Beyond it lies interstellar space. Beyond it lies the galaxy. Beyond it lies everything. But here, in this shell of frozen time, we pause. We reflect on distance, on silence, on origin. The sun is now a faint star behind us. The planets are long gone. The warmth is a memory, and still we drift. Beyond the Oort cloud, beyond the last icy fragments of the solar system, lies a space so vast and so quiet that it defies imagination. This is the interstellar void, the darkness between stars. It is not empty, it is not lifeless, but it is still. Here, the distances stretch beyond comprehension. The nearest star may be 4 light-years away, but in this space, even light feels slow. Photons travel for centuries before reaching another world. Gravity is faint, motion is gentle. Time seems to dissolve. There are no planets here, no moons, no comets, only dust, only particles, only silence. The interstellar medium surrounds us. It is thin, just a few atoms per cubic centimeter, but it is ancient. It carries the memory of stars long gone. Hydrogen and helium drift quietly, shaped by magnetic fields and cosmic winds. We pass through invisible clouds. They do not glow, they do not move, but they shape the galaxy. They birth stars, they cradle light, they sculpt the spiral arms. Occasionally, we encounter filaments, threads of dust and gas stretching across the void. These are the veins of the galaxy, connecting clusters, guiding motion, framing space. The darkness here is not frightening, it is calming, it is complete. It wraps around us like a blanket, soft and endless. We are between stars now, between systems, between stories. The stars above shine more clearly. Their light is pure, unfiltered by atmosphere or proximity. Each one is a sun. Each one holds its own worlds, its own moons, its own mysteries. But here, in the space between, we drift. There is no sound. There is no heat. There is only motion, slow, steady, patient. We are not lost. We are not alone. We are simply far, far from the warmth of the sun, far from the pull of planets, far from the noise of life, and yet we are surrounded by stars, by gravity, by light. They do not speak, they do not judge, they simply shine. The interstellar void is not a place of absence. It is a place of potential, a canvas on which galaxies paint their stories, a pause between verses, a breath between thoughts. We drift through it, not to escape, but to understand, to feel the scale of the cosmos, to remember our place within it. The stars do not rush, they do not chase, they do not flee. They shine, and we float as we drift deeper into the Milky Way. The stars begin to gather. The quiet openness of interstellar space gives way to density, to motion, to presence. We are approaching the galactic Centauri region, unlike any other, where gravity intensifies and light thickens. The spiral arms curve inward, sweeping us along their graceful arcs. Dust lanes stretch across the sky like brushstrokes, veiling clusters and nebulae behind them. The stars grow brighter, more numerous, more restless. Their orbits are no longer gentle circles. They twist and tangle, pulled by forces we cannot see. This is the bulge, the central swell of the galaxy. It is crowded, chaotic, and ancient. Here, stars are older. Red giants glow softly. White dwarfs flicker faintly. Their light is golden. Their motion fast. They orbit the center in tight, unpredictable paths, shaped by a gravity that dominates everything. We pass globular clusters, spherical gatherings of stars, bound tightly together. Each one holds hundreds of thousands of suns, spinning slowly, orbiting the galactic core like satellites of light. These clusters are relics, survivors from the earliest days of the galaxy. The dust thickens. It dims the view, but infrared light pierces through, revealing the hidden structure beneath. We see star-forming regions, molecular clouds, dense with gas, cold and dark, yet full of promise. Within them, gravity pulls matter inward. Protostars ignite. Fusion begins. New light is born. The galaxy breathes here, not with lungs, but with motion, with collapse, with creation. We pass the Sagittarius arm, one of the spiral limbs that leads directly to the center. The stars here are packed tightly. Their orbits are fast. Their energy is high. We are close now, close to the heart. At the very center of the Milky Way lies a mystery, a presence, a silence deeper than silence, invisible yet undeniable. It does not shine. It does not speak, but it shapes everything around it. Stars orbit it at incredible speeds. Gas spirals inward, heating up, glowing, vanishing. Light bends near it. Time slows. Space curves. We do not fall into it. We drift near. We feel its pull. We respect its distance. The black hole is not chaos. It is order. It is balance. It is stillness. It anchors the galaxy. It holds the center. It defines the motion. We pass through its influence. The stars nearby are restless. Their paths are tangled. Their light is distorted, but they endure, they orbit, they shine. The galactic center hums not in sound, but in energy. X-rays pulse, radio waves ripple, gravity sings. We float through it not hurried, not afraid, but in awe. The heart of the Milky Way is not a place. It is a rhythm, a pulse, a breath, and we are part of it. Not separate, not distant, but woven in. The stars do not judge. They do not compare. They simply shine, and we drift. As we drift away from the dense heart of the Milky Way, the galaxy begins to unfold in layers of light and shadow. The spiral arms stretch outward, sweeping us into their graceful curves. Here, scattered across the galactic canvas, lie its most breathtaking landmarks: nebulae, star clusters, and ribbons of dust. Nebulae are the first to greet us. These vast clouds of gas and dust are the birthplaces of stars, the remnants of explosions, and the glowing signatures of cosmic transformation. Some shine with their own light, energized by nearby stars. Others reflect the light around them, glowing softly in hues of blue and gold. And some remain dark, cold, dense, and waiting. We pass the Orion Nebula, a stellar nursery just over 1,000 light-years from Earth. Within its glowing folds, new stars are forming, surrounded by disks of dust that may one day become planets. The colors are vivid, pink, violet, and deep indigos whirling together like a celestial watercolor. Nearby, the Eagle Nebula rises, its towering columns of gas, known as the Pillars of Creation, stretch upward like ancient monuments. These structures are shaped by stellar winds and radiation, slowly eroding over time, yet still cradling the seeds of future suns. The Crab Nebula tells a different story. It is the remnant of a supernova massive star that exploded centuries ago. What remains is a glowing cloud of debris, expanding outward, lit by a pulsar at its center. It is not destruction, but transformation. A star's final breath, becoming a new chapter in the galaxy's story. We pass the Veil Nebula, delicate and fractured. It is the ghost of another supernova, its filaments stretching across space like threads of silk. The colors are soft, the structure intricate, the silence profound. Nebulae are not static. They are processes. They are transitions. They are the breath of the galaxy. We continue our drift and encounter star clusters, groups of stars bound together by gravity. Open clusters are young, loosely arranged, and often found in the spiral arms. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, shine brightly in blue, wrapped in a faint mist of reflection. Nebulae. These stars are young, hot, and full of energy. Globular clusters are older, denser, and spherical. They orbit the galaxy's core, holding hundreds of thousands of stars in tight formation. M13, in the Hercules constellation, is one such cluster. Glowing ball of ancient suns, each one a survivor from the galaxy's earliest days. Between these landmarks, we pass through lanes of interstellar dust. These dark ribbons weave through the spiral arms, blocking light and shaping the view. They are not empty. They are full of potential. Within them, stars are born. Planets form. Life begins. Dust is not debris. It is the seed of creation. It carries the elements forged in stars: carbon, oxygen, iron, and spreads them across the galaxy. It is the foundation of worlds. The spiral arms stretch on, each one a stream of stars, gas, and dust. each one a path of motion, each one a story. We are part of it, not separate, not distant, but woven in. The galaxy does not rush, it does not shout, it does not demand, it shines, and we drift as we return to the heart of the Milky Way. The galaxy begins to tighten around us. The spiral arms curve inward, the stars grow dense, the dust thickens. We are entering the central bulge, once more drawn toward a presence that cannot be seen, but is felt in every orbit, every motion, every breath of the galaxy. At the very center lies Sagittarius A*, a supermassive black hole. It is not a void, it is not a monster, it is a silence so deep that even light cannot escape. It does not glow, it does not speak, but it holds the galaxy together. Around it, stars orbit at incredible speeds. Their paths are curved, chaotic, and precise. Some swing close, then arc away. Others spiral inward, vanishing into the invisible gas clouds, drift toward the center, heating up as they fall, glowing briefly before disappearing. We do not approach the black hole directly. We drift near, feeling its pull, sensing its presence. Time begins to stretch, space begins to bend. The laws of physics soften at the edges. The event horizon marks the boundary where escape becomes impossible. Beyond it, nothing returns, not light, not matter, not memory. But we remain outside, watching, listening, drifting. The black hole is not destruction, it is transformation. It is the final chapter in the life of a massive star. It is the beginning of something unknown. We pass stars that orbit in tight loops, their motion shaped by the immense gravity at the center. We pass clouds of hot gas, glowing in X-rays, swirling in silence. We pass radio waves, rippling outward, carrying the signature of the unseen. Sagittarius A** anchors the Milky Way. It defines the motion of billions of stars. It holds the spiral arms in place. It is the still point in a galaxy of motion, and yet it is quiet. We drift through its influence, not with fear, but with awe. The stars nearby shimmer and pulse. Their light bends, their paths twist, but they endure. The black hole does not demand attention. It does not announce itself. It simply is it. It is the center, the silence, the breath, and we float. Leaving the dense core of the Milky Way behind, we drift outward once more. The stars begin to spread. The chaos of the center softens into rhythm. The galaxy opens into its spiral arms, vast, sweeping structures that stretch across space like celestial rivers. These arms are not rigid, they are not fixed. They flow, they breathe. They move with the galaxy's rotation, curving gracefully around the center in patterns shaped by gravity and time. Each spiral arm is a stream of stars, gas, and dust. Some are bright and active, filled with young, hot stars that burn blue and white. Others are quieter, older, home to red giants and fading light. Together, they form the architecture of the Milky Way, a cosmic dance that has lasted for billions of years. We pass through the Perseus arm, one of the outer limbs. It glows with clusters of newborn stars, their light piercing through clouds of gas. These stars are young, massive, and short-lived. They blaze brightly, then fade quickly, leaving behind remnants that shape the space around them. The Scutum Centaurus arm follows, denser and dustier. Here, the stars are older. Their light is softer, golden, and steady. They orbit slowly, faithfully, like ancient dancers moving to a rhythm they've always known. We drift through the Orion Arm, our home. This is where the sun resides, along with Earth and the familiar constellations that have guided human eyes for millennia. It is not the largest arm, nor the brightest, but it is ours. A quiet neighborhood in a galaxy of motion. Star-forming regions appear along the way. Nebulae thick with dust and gas cradle the beginnings of new suns. Within these clouds, gravity pulls matter inward. Heat rises, fusion ignites. Light is born. We pass stellar associations, groups of stars that formed together and now drift apart. Their paths are shaped by gravity, their motions slow and inevitable. Each one carries the fingerprint of its origin. The spiral arms are not just structures, they are stories, they are time lanes. They are the breath of the galaxy. Dust lanes weave through them dark ribbons that block light and shape form. These lanes are not empty. They are full of potential. Within them, stars will form, planets will gather. Life may begin. We pass through these lanes gently. The light dims, the silence deepens. The motion continues. The spiral arms curve in golden ratios, following patterns found in nature, in seashells, in hurricanes. They are not perfect, they are not symmetrical, but they are beautiful. Gravity shapes them, motion sustains them, time preserves them. We are part of this dance, not separate, not distant, but woven in. The stars do not rush, they do not chase. They do not flee, they shine, and we drift, as we drift, farther from the center of the Milky Way. The spiral arms begin to loosen, their graceful curves stretch outward, and the density of stars begins to fade. The galaxy, once crowded and luminous, now opens into quiet space. We are approaching the edge. The galactic disk spans over 100,000 light-years. At its outer rim, the stars grow sparse. Their light is faint, their motions slow. Gravity weakens. Here, the pull of the center is distant, and the rhythm of the spiral softens into stillness. We pass through the outer halo region of ancient stars and globular clusters. These stars are old, cool, and dim. They orbit the galaxy in wide, slow paths. Far from the bustling spiral arms, their presence is quiet but enduring. Some stars here are wanderers, rogue stars, unbound by systems, drifting alone through the void. They carry no planets, no companions, just motion and memory. Dark matter surrounds us. Though invisible, it shapes everything. It holds the galaxy together, anchoring stars and arms and clusters. It does not shine, it does not speak, but it is there, woven into the fabric of space. We pass through regions where dust is scarce, where gas is thin, where light barely reaches. The silence deepens. The stars become distant points, scattered across a vast canvas. The edge is not a line, it is a transition, a soft blur between presence and absence. Beyond the edge lies intergalactic space, a deeper void, a wider silence, a darker sea. But here, at the rim, we pause. From this vantage, the Milky Way reveals its full form, a spiral of stars, a dance of gravity, a breath of light. Its arms stretch like wings, its center glows faintly, its halo wraps around it like a veil. We are part of it, not separate, not distant, but woven in. The edge is not an ending, it is perspective. It is reflection. It is peace. And from here, we see it all. The stars do not rush. They do not chase. They do not flee. They shine, and we drift. Beyond the edge of the Milky Way, the stars begin to thin. The spiral arms dissolve into scattered light. The halo fades. The galaxy becomes a distant shape, a glowing swirl suspended in darkness. We are entering intergalactic space. This is the void between galaxies. A realm so vast, so quiet, it feels untouched by time. There are no planets here, no moons, no clusters, only distance, only drift, their gravity soft. Yet they surround us, scattered like lanterns. Across an endless night, we are between stories now, between systems, between suns. The intergalactic medium is sparse, just a few atoms drifting across. Light years, hydrogen, helium, traces of heavier elements. They move slowly, shaped by ancient forces, carrying the memory of stars long gone. We pass through cosmic filaments, threads of gravity that connect galaxies like veins. They stretch across the void, invisible but essential. They guide motion, they shape structure, they hold the universe together. Dark matter surrounds us. Though unseen, it is everywhere. It binds galaxies. It anchors clusters. It defines the architecture of the cosmos. We drift through this space not to explore, but to reflect. What are we in this silence, in this scale, in this stillness? We are not lost. We are not alone. We are simply far, far from the warmth of the sun, far from the pull of planets, far from the noise of life. Too light, the galaxies shimmer in the distance, each one a spiral, an ellipse, a cloud of brilliance. They do not speak, they do not judge, they simply shine. We are part of this vastness, not separate, not distant, but woven in. The void is not absence, it is potential, it is canvas, it is pause. We drift through it gently. The silence wraps around us. The stars blink slowly. The galaxies breathe, and we reflect on motion, on memory, on meaning. The journey is not over. But here, in the quiet between galaxies, we rest, we float. The galaxies shimmer behind us. Their spirals fade into distance. Their light softens, their motion slows. We have drifted far beyond planets, beyond stars, beyond the edge of knowing now. We return, not with speed, not with urgency, but with breath. The Milky Way stretches across the sky like a memory. Its arms curve gently. Its center pulses faintly. Its stars blink slowly, like thoughts remembered in sleep. We pass through the halo once more. The stars grow closer. The dust thickens. The spiral arms reappear, sweeping us inward. The Orion arm welcomes us home. Familiar constellations rise. The sun glows softly in the distance, golden spark among countless others. We drift past Neptune, its blue atmosphere swirling in silence. Saturn follows, its rings shimmering like frozen music. Jupiter looms large, its storms still spinning, its moons still dancing. Mars glows red, quiet and waiting. Earth appears blue, alive, turning slowly in the dark. The moon watches from nearby, gray and still, its surface marked by time. We descend gently, through atmosphere, through cloud, through memory. The stars fade, the silence softens, the dream lingers. We are home, not just on earth, but in thought, in breath, in being. The journey was not a flight, it was a reflection, a meditation, A pause. We did not escape. We returned. The stars remain. They shine. They shimmer. They wait, and we sleep, wrapped in silence, cradled by gravity, held by light. The Milky Way drifts above a ribbon of memory, a bridge of time, and we dream.